Did the universe come from nothing? Feynman explains quantum creation. Stop for a second, because this is not just a title. This is a question that has shaken the minds of the greatest thinkers in human history. What if everything you see, every star, every atom, even you, came from something we call nothing? That sounds impossible, and yet modern physics suggests something even more disturbing. Maybe nothing was never empty at all. Imagine standing at the edge of existence itself, where reality begins, and realizing there may be no clear beginning at all. That realization isn't just scientific, it's deeply emotional. It challenges everything you believe about creation, purpose, and reality. So stay with me till the very end, because what you're about to discover might completely change how you see the universe and your place inside it. And if you truly want to uncover the hidden secrets of existence, make sure you watch till the end and subscribe for more journeys like this. At first, the idea seems simple. Nothing means empty, right? No space, no time, no energy, just a blank void. But the moment we try to define it clearly, the concept begins to break apart. Our minds are not built to understand true nothingness. Everything we know is based on experience, objects, space, movement, time. Even when we imagine emptiness, we still picture a kind of dark space. But that's not nothing. That's still something. And this is where the emotional journey begins, because the closer we try to get to nothing, the more it slips away from us. It's like chasing a shadow that disappears the moment you reach for it. Physics steps in at this point and tells us something shocking. What we thought was empty space is actually full of activity. It's not silent. It's not still. It's alive in a way that defies common sense. Deep inside the laws of nature, there exists a strange rule that changes everything. It tells us that certain things can never be perfectly fixed at the same time. Energy, in particular, becomes uncertain when we look at very tiny moments. Instead of being stable, it begins to fluctuate, appearing, disappearing, rising, and falling without warning. This isn't just a theory. It's something we've measured and observed. Imagine the emotional impact of this realization. The universe, at its most fundamental level, is not stable. It's constantly shifting, constantly changing. Even in complete emptiness, there is movement. There is uncertainty. There is something happening behind the scenes that we cannot fully control or predict. To understand this better, we need to shift our perspective completely. Instead of thinking about particles as tiny solid objects, modern physics describes everything as fields, vast, invisible structures that fill all the space. These fields are always present, even when nothing seems to be there. And what we call particles are just tiny disturbances in these fields, like ripples on the surface of water. But here's the emotional twist. Even when the surface looks calm, the water beneath is never completely still. The same is true for these fields. Even in their lowest energy state, they continue to fluctuate. They vibrate. They create tiny bursts of energy that appear and vanish in an instant. These are often described as particles popping in and out of existence. They don't last long enough to be seen directly, but their effects are undeniable. Reality itself is built on a restless foundation. This leads to one of the most shocking discoveries in physics. If you take two metal plates and place them extremely close together in a vacuum, something unexpected happens. Instead of floating freely, the plates begin to move toward each other. There's no visible force, no particles pushing them, just empty space. And yet, the space itself creates pressure. This effect proves that what we call nothing is actually full of energy. The emotional weight of this idea is hard to ignore. The void is not empty. It has structure. It has power. It can influence the physical world in measurable ways. This is not science fiction. This is reality. Now imagine taking this idea to its ultimate limit. If empty space is filled with energy and constant fluctuations, then perhaps the universe itself could have emerged from this activity. Not from absolute nothingness, but from a state that looks empty but is actually full of potential. Just as tiny particles can appear and disappear, a universe could, in theory, do the same. It could begin as a small fluctuation, an almost invisible spark, and then expand into something vast and complex. This idea is both thrilling and unsettling. It suggests that the universe may not require a traditional beginning. It may not need a creator in the way we imagine. It could simply emerge because the laws of physics allow it. But this raises an even deeper emotional question. What about time? We think of time as something that always exists, flowing from the past to the future. But at the very beginning of the universe, this idea may not apply. Time itself is actually full of potential. Just as tiny particles can appear and disappear, a universe could, in theory, do the same. It could begin as a small fluctuation, an almost invisible spark, and then expand into something vast and complex. This idea is both thrilling and unsettling. It suggests that the universe may not require a traditional beginning. It may not need a creator in the way we imagine. It could simply emerge because the laws of physics allow it. But this raises an even deeper emotional question. What about time? We think of time as something that always exists, flowing from the past to the future. But at the very beginning of the universe, this idea may not apply. Time itself could have started with the universe. There may be no before. And if there is no before, then asking what caused the universe becomes meaningless. This is a difficult concept to accept. It challenges our sense of logic, our sense of cause and effect. But it also opens a door to a new way of thinking, one where the universe doesn't need a starting point in the traditional sense. Then comes the idea of rapid expansion. In its earliest moments, the universe didn't grow slowly. It expanded at an incredible speed, stretching space itself. This sudden expansion helps explain why the universe looks the way it does today. But it also introduces another powerful idea. The total energy of the universe might be zero. Positive energy from matter is balanced by negative energy from gravity. It's like a perfect balance sheet where everything cancels out. This means the universe could exist without violating any physical laws. It could arise without costing any energy at all. The emotional impact of this is profound. A universe that contains everything, yet costs nothing. And finally, we reach the edge of what we can understand. Even if we accept all of this, one question remains unanswered. Why do these laws exist? Why does the universe follow these rules? This is where science meets mystery. We can describe how things work, but we cannot fully explain why they are the way they are. And maybe that's okay. Maybe the beauty of the universe lies not in having all the answers, but in the endless search for them. Conclusion almost equals 400 words. So, did the universe come from nothing? The answer is not as simple as yes or no, because the deeper we go, the more we realize that nothing is not what we thought it was. It's not empty, but it's not silent. It's a dynamic, energetic foundation that may hold the key to everything. And that realization changes something inside us. It replaces certainty with curiosity. It replaces simple answers with deeper questions. But that's not a weakness. It's the strength of science, the willingness to admit what we don't know, and the courage to keep searching anyway. Think about this for a moment. Everything you are, your thoughts, your body, your existence, is connected to this vast cosmic story. You are not separate from the universe. You are a part of it, shaped by it, and somehow aware of it. And that awareness, that ability to ask questions like this, might be the most extraordinary thing of all. Maybe the universe didn't come from nothing. Maybe nothing was never truly possible. Maybe existence is a default, and emptiness is the illusion. And if that's true, then the universe didn't need a reason to begin. It simply had the freedom to exist. If this idea made you pause, made you think, or even made you feel something deeper, then you're already on the right path. But this is just the beginning. There are still countless mysteries waiting to be explored, and we're going to uncover them together. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, and don't miss what's coming next. Because the deeper we dive into the universe, the more it reveals secrets that challenge everything we thought we knew. And trust me, you'll want to be here when we uncover the next one.